Hi folks, thanks for joining me again. I'm Stephen Crone. This is another watercolour demonstration. Today I've been experimenting a little bit with white gouache. I've recently bought some Winsor & Newton designer gouache, and I'm interested in what sort of effects I can get, especially in it's the sky that really sort of draws me to it. There's these sort of bright, intense bits of light you can get in the sky when mixed with the dark. So I'll be experimenting with that in future videos. So I've used it a bit in this Seascape. So let me show you the colours I've used for this one. So of the colours I've got on my palette today, I used ultramarine, Payne's grey, alizarin crimson, raw sienna and light red. So all of them except the yellow and the red. And plus this is my new home for the white gouache, just down the bottom there. Brushes, got the large on Rancid Ake. I used a little flat brush, a medium flat brush, and a couple of rigger brushes down there, number 3 and a size 0. Right, let's kick it off by wetting the paper all over, and then whack a bit of colour on it. Ultramarine as well, a bit of Payne's grey on there as well, I think. Brush this down, something like that. I'm going to clean the brush and just use that brush just to open this up a little bit, soften it all off. A little bit on the other side as well. In fact, let's make that a little bit brighter. Might use a bit of gouache on there, I just don't know yet. I'll see how it goes. Let's just work this down to the horizon line. Just let the paint do its thing. Let's just blend this in a little bit. A few hairs on there, I ain't going to bother with them. I only commented, there was a comment this morning. I just said I used to fret over them. Now I just don't take a blind bit of notice of them, to be honest with you. Let's clean that brush again. And just get it nice and soft down the bottom. End up coming in from either side, something like that. Get a few more darks in. Because it does sort of dry a lot lighter than you think, so you need to get it on quite dark, because when it dries it'll lighten off a bit. Back in there. Back in there. Right then, that's enough faffing around for a bit, I think. I might even come back to that in a bit, I don't know yet, see what happens. For now, just mix all those colours together. I'm just going to put on a sort of distant headland. So we got somewhere right over there, something like that. Just do it like that, so it looks like a edge of a cliff or something. Just something like that. Now, yeah, I'm going to start introducing a bit of burnt umber, I think. Bit of raw sienna, burnt umber, and then just in front of there, let's start. A few little darks. I'm just going to stick a few buildings on this side, but for now, just before I switch to the little, I'm going to use the little flat brush, I think, just to pop a few little buildings. And I'm thinking, I will be using a bit of gouache, I think, in this to try and give it a bit of oomph. Let's just get this flat. This flat against the board. And a bit of brown, a bit of blue, and I'm just dabbing away here and there. Bit of raw sienna as well. Bit of ultramarine, see how it darkens it nicely. And I do want that a bit darker up here. Just switch to the flat brush for a sec. It's that brown, just into that dark mix, bit of brown and blue. I'm just going to pop in just a little building there. Something going on there, and I'm going to have something next to it as well. And then a few little trees or something. Just a little bit of, just something in the corner there to give it a bit of interest. I could have just scraped it, couldn't I? No, actually, let's fill that in. It looks, just scrape, fill it in, just. Yeah, that's all. I'm going to go mad. I'm not going to go mad with it. Putting the darks in first, and I'm going to come back to it in a sec. Let's just experiment a little bit with the, I've got this gouache here, this white gouache. Let's just see what it looks like. So what I'm doing, I can't get a chisel edge with that brush, so I'm just going to switch to this flat brush that I've got. because it's going to be quite distant. Just make sure it's flat. I'm just debating whether to have another go in that sky. I'll have a think about it, I think. But for now, if I'll just get a flat edge on this, and if I just go into the, just dip it into the white there, and then right in the distance. You know, I should have dried this. Put that in again, keeping it level. Dips and daps there. In the dark sections. Right, let's get back to the height brush. Let's just dry that. I might just stick a bit of this in the sky. Let's just see what it looks like. Just take it on the corner of the brush, and I'm just going to brush in there like that. Just a hint. Just putting a hint of crimson in there. And what I might do is just mix it with the wine, just see what happens. I'll just put a bit of white over the top of that. A little bit of crimson. A little bit of white. That up there a bit. I'll clean the brush back into a bit of brown and blue, back to a dark mix basically. And I'm just gonna improve the darks a little bit. Quick dry. And then just can't resist having a little boat on the horizon, switching to the little rigger brush. I'll just take a bit of that white and I'm just gonna, just over there. That'd look better if it was darker underneath, I think. And I think I'm gonna, actually it's just, some seagulls right up in the Evans. They ain't coming off the brush very well. Right, that's it for that one. I'm going to end there, I think. I'll just take a bit of that crimson, I'll stick my name down. And just stick my name down there, I think. No, I'll not do it. What should I do it? Right, let's stick a mount on that, see what it looks like. I was going to mount it, but I'm just not happy with it. The sky just looks rubbish, so I'm just going to re-wet the top. I'm going to have to say goodbye to the seagulls. Right, let's just see. I can just make it a bit more dramatic, because it just looks a bit naff, I think. It just looks rubbish. Bring that down. Just try the tissue, see what the tissue looks like. I'm not sure if that's... Some of that colour down, because that pink, I don't think that pink looks very good at all, personally. Just catch the bottom of it, bring it down. Taking bits of colour from up there and then just dropping them down, a little bit lower down, trying to get some sort of consistency down towards the horizon line. think that looks better than before. I still think I might just whack a big dollop of gouache in that sky. I'm just want to just whack it in there. Yeah, it definitely looks a bit more dramatic than it did. It looks a bit timid before, but right. Give that a dry. Sure it's flat. Oh. I'm not quite happy with that. I think that could be a bit brighter, I think. I can get a sharp edge with the with that brush now. It's this little flat brush. I think I'm going to start there, just stop faffing around with it now. I'm getting a bit too faffy. Right, let's stick it away now. Let's stick a mount on that now and see what it looks like. This is our finished painting in the mount. So if we go and have a closer look at it, starting with the sky. Towards the end, I just wanted to darken this bit, at least try and sort of match it. Not quite as dark as the ground section, but at least getting there. It was just too pale to start with. It wasn't getting enough contrast with the white, so I think that worked out a little bit better. Sort of blended it all together. I like these bright bits of white that sort of blend in nicely, and then that comes down towards the sort of distant headland there. Just got our little boat there acting as a sort of focal point on that side, and then we got sort of white sort of lit up sea sections contrasting against the darks. Some little buildings over on this right hand side just to add a little bit of interest, and then the lights and darks come right through into the foreground. Got quite a low horizon line on this one. I think it worked better like that. And then just try to get as much variation there amongst all the sand and water coming through into the foreground. So that's it for this one. I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks as always for watching, for your support, especially everyone over at patreon.com/Stephen Crone. You do join me over there if you get the chance. Another 200 videos exclusive to Patreon over there, plus you can post your own paintings and get feedback from everyone. So until next time, keep practicing. If you've got any questions, please ask, and I'll see you.